and tells you to come over here to the Magic Instructor. This is where you get your skills. As far as I know, there is no talent line, none of that stuff. It is your skills, your skill levels, and you can put glyphs into each one of your skills, which is a pretty cool addition. You can customize the skills. There seems to be quite a few glyphs, but we'll go ahead and take the first two skills here. So you got Mana Infusion, which regains 100 MP every second for 20 seconds. Really, really good to have, not gonna lie, because that means less time wasted sitting down, drinking potions, you know, using bandages, stuff like that. So you can be mana efficient and you can be health efficient in between fights. So I get my first AoE at level 2. Cool.
What?
Start mobbing already. Most classes get their AoE pretty on, which is pretty nice, because like I said, it's almost like it's made to be mobbed. And when I say mobbed, I mean like grabbing like 3 or 4 mobs, bring them all together, and then just beat them all down at the same time. So we'll put that on a right click, because that one looks pretty fun. Mana Infusion, we'll put that on too, just in case. And then here's the traits I was talking about. So, you know, I am a high elf, so the ones that come with this are Core Infusion, replenish 100% of your MP through the power of the core, which is an instant cast, and the cooldown is 2 hours on it. I could see this being really, really handy later on if you're a caster or anything that's mana dependent. Speaking on that note about mana, every single class has MP. They act differently though. Obviously casters have the MP is at the is high up and works its way down to 0. Other ones have, like the warrior, berserker, the melee classes for the most part are based off rage, even though it's not called rage in this game. It's still MP. So you'll start off at 0 and work your way up. But you know, everyone's still going to call it rage no matter which way you look at it. Then we got speed boost. This is, of course, just doesn't really do anything. It's just your non-combat move speed. Obviously, you run faster when you're not in combat than when you're in combat. The attributes in this game are based off numbers, not based off percents. So when you get your first mount, it is 240 increased movement speed. You get your resilience of mind, restores MP continuously after you're resurrected. And then Cola Sense, probably pronounced that incorrectly, but increases gathering speed for essences. These are like the soul essence, sun essence, you know, stuff like that, just basic gathering. So we will, believe I got all my quests on here. Quests do show up on the minimap on the top right, and the, I don't know, we'll call it a medium map, I guess. So, at the bottom. So we gotta kill these elder tree people. And while I am doing this, I'll tell you a bit about the crafting system. There is no limitations on how many crafting classes you could have. I cannot totally remember which tab it is, but I will look and find out. Oh, I got no idea where it is. So, anyhow, you can gather everything. You don't need to train up a certain skill to gather resources or to build anything. Everything starts off at 1. I think it goes up to 450 or something like that. But pretty much when you're going around picking stuff up, you know, one item pickup doesn't necessarily mean 1 point. I could have been bugged for some of them, but it seemed at the very beginning you weren't getting 1 point per pickup. It was more or less you'd get like half a point type thing. It doesn't really tell you. But once you hit one of the major, I guess, villages, I wouldn't really even call it town. It's a mob inside of me. So anyway, why not? Once you get to the first major town, village, hut, whatever, it's you get these quests that will give you a starting weapon to make in, I believe it's 5 actual crafting professions. Probably more than that, but I can't remember off the top of my head. So you can make your first beginner item. You can make that up a little bit, and then you can, of course, later on pick up recipes randomly. So you can, of course, build bigger, better, stronger items down the road. Over here and turn this guy in.
We're all in this together, eh? You watch my back.
Yeah, level 4. So that means a new skill. Every 2 levels, for the most part, you get skills. This one is Triple Nemesis. This is a really, really cool one. It is a 3-shot skill, based off kind of how fast you hit it before it hits a cooldown. So I'll put that on tab because that is a super useful one. Good damage. So you can see here, hit tab, 1, 2, 3. And then it goes on cooldown. Of course, you have to hit tab every time for it to go on cooldown. So if you hit it once and you use a different spell, you can see it went on cool bar. And then you see here where it's set the space bar. It's because it's set up, I think by default, to show up as a space bar chain ability. So you can keep hitting it and use it to its full potential before it goes on cooldown. And I got caught up, so I'm going to head back here, and this badger appeared out of nowhere. Sorry. Yeah, that's badger. Sure, why not?
Not much for chit-chat.
Haven't seen many mushrooms around here yet, or snakes for that matter, so it's a good thing. We got one of the roaming quest givers over here.